I'll just do a very quick walkthrough of the note-taking template. You can see here it's in Microsoft Word. I do have more detailed demonstrations on how to use the template in my course on my website, rowenamaxwell.com, which is also free. So let's have a look. On the first page here, you can see that you would just come in here and update the front page with the name of your subject, and you might want to put the semester and the date, etc. But just looking at the contents page, what you'll see here is from here, you've got up the top here, unit learning outcomes. If you've got your learning outcomes provided from your study guide, you would add that in there. And if there's a study schedule across the semester, your curriculum across the 12 or so weeks, any assessment information. I'll also show you, I do have an exam prep table as well, and also a template there for exam scaffolds or outlines, and then also placeholders here if you like doing process maps or mind maps. But then what the template provides is a framework for each topic. In some universities, they might be called modules, etc. Either way, you can update the language in this template. But for now, you can see I've got here topic 1, and then topic 2 and topic 3 and so on. So each week would represent one main topic. And in here, you would obviously update not on the contents page here, because this is all auto-generated, but within the document. That's where you'll be adding in your own information. But for each topic, I have a placeholder for introduction to that week's topic. Then if there's any legislation, then placeholders for subtopics that your lecturer might provide, and also placeholders here for any case summaries. And at the end of each topic, I have a placeholder for your tutorial. So at my university, for most weeks, there was a tutorial at the end of each week. So now in some places or some law schools, you might have a tutorial every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks, or you might have multiple tutorials in 1 week. But anyway, there's just some template information there that you can customize for your needs. So I'll just scroll down and let's just have a look. So here's where the high-level learning outcomes you can add from your unit study guide. Scrolling down, this is where you put your semester study schedule and assessment due dates. And in here is the exam prep table. This also could be used as an outline for an open book exam as well, because here you're providing, I suppose, a high-level view of your every week across the semester, the core topics, and then the key concepts for each week, and then the relevant legislation, cases, and readings. So don't discount this table. It can be quite a powerful summary document to help you stay organized, and that you might also use in your open book exams. So let me scroll down a bit further, and if you don't like the colors, you can change the colors, but just trying to make different things stand out. For the exam scaffolds or exam outlines, I've got them in pink here, so it's hard to miss. And so they're just placeholders for any summary answers that you may want to prepare leading up to your exams. And I have, here's the spots for any high-level process maps, and I've just got an example there of what I had in one of my master study notes, and there's another example there. And then mind maps. As I said, you might develop mind maps in PowerPoint or some other tool or application, and then you can take an image of it and then save that in here as well. And then we come down to the template area where we've got the first topic. So week 1 or topic 1, you would just come in here and simply add in and update your heading. And again, if something's not relevant, you can either delete it or update it with some other language that's more relevant to you. But hopefully each week your lecturer provides you with introduction information. Hopefully they provide you with learning outcomes specifically for that topic, and they may also provide you subtopics for that week. And hopefully they might also provides you what are the key concepts or maybe the key questions of law that you need to really keep in the forefront of your mind and your studies during the semester. Let me scroll down a bit further. Mandatory readings, your optional readings, and then in here at the beginning of when you get your lecture material or lecture slides, hopefully they have been very explicit around which statutes, which legislation is relevant for this topic. And hopefully they also provide you which particular sections are relevant, and essentially any information that you are provided around what is relevant, what is in scope for this topic, you need to add in here. And down the bottom of this table here, then you really do need to add in your relevant cases that your lecturer has advised is in scope for this topic. All right, so put the case name here on the left, and then as you go through and you learn about the case, you will need to just have a prompt over here. All right, well, why would I need to use this case? What is the key concept, or what is the legal issue that this case is relevant for, or maybe holds the precedent for? So you can just put a summary sentence here to help prompt your mind around why that case is important. All right, so I have this template here at the beginning of each topic. So that's topic 1. And I'll just show you, for example, then going down to topic 2, and you can see I've literally just copied and pasted it. But let's just go back and see what else I have in a week's template. And as I said, here's the spot to put any legislation. So in some cases, I've actually copied the actual legislation into the table here. In other situations, I haven't been able to do that because the volume of legislation was just too vast to just simply copy and paste and put in here. Now, if that is the case, I would still mention which statute, which sections, and a short summary of that section, and then a link to the legislation or to for further details. Either way, you need to mention your legislation that's important for this week's learning and therefore is accessible. So that's the legislation table. And then for any other content that you're provided from your lecturer, I just have a simple 2-column table where on the left you put maybe it's the heading of a slide, and then over here it might be the slide content. So key ideas on the left here, and then your bullet points on the right. And then in the green sections, that's where I have the placeholder for any cases. And normally you would need to develop a case summary for your core cases. So I've got an example here of a case summary, and of course you can just delete that when you start updating yours, but I just thought I'd leave that there just to give you an example of what a case summary might look like. So you might have you'll have the full citation over on the left here, and then normally you would have, well, what are the key facts? What was the legal issue? What was the decision, or what was held by the court? And then is there any ongoing impact following that case? So that's part of that template there. And then I've just got fairly standard template tables for the rest here. So subtopic XXX, so you would just update your headings and your key ideas and so on. And then all you need to do is just simply, if you need more case rows, just copy and paste the rows. If you need to delete them, you can just, highlight them and right click, and of course delete or add what you need to. And then scrolling down, as I said, at the end of each week's topic, then I have a placeholder in this awful orange color or salmon color for your tutorials. All right, so I've just copied what we've just walked through now into topic 2, and then same thing for topic 3 and topic 4. And then of course you would just copy and paste what's relevant in terms of the template for your remaining weeks.